Relax your shoulders. Tonight, the surface beneath you is no longer a bed, but the deck of a weightless voyage. We are leaving the noise of Earth behind, drifting into the silent void. Are you ready to switch off time? Across the darkness of space, where light itself takes minutes, hours, even years to reach distant worlds, we find ourselves suspended in a cosmic ocean far grander than anything we can truly comprehend. Each point of light in the night sky is not just a destination, but a clock, silently marking the distance between human curiosity and the great unknown. Tonight, we will drift beyond Earth and journey across millions, even billions of miles, tracing the silent pathways through space and time. How long would it truly take to stand beneath Venus's golden clouds, or witness the storms of Jupiter with your own eyes? What about Neptune, where a single day is longer than our imaginations dare to stretch? If you enjoy these journeys through time and wonder, please like this video and subscribe to help us travel even farther together. Now, settle in. Let your imagination lift, and let us drift gently outward into the waiting dark. Let's begin. In the silence after launch, Earth begins to fall away beneath us, not as a planet, but as a memory. The roar of engines becomes distant, replaced by the deep hum of space itself. Time slows. Our journey begins not with motion, but with transformation from earthbound to cosmic. From the moment ignition begins, the world we have always known starts to recede into the background of consciousness. The metal hull trembles. The force of millions of pounds of thrust pushes us upward. And in that ascent, we are no longer citizens of a planet. We are travelers of the void. As gravity loosens its grasp, Earth's familiar features, oceans, mountain ranges, swirling clouds, collapse into a single breathtaking view. It is here, in this narrowing perspective, that we experience the first shift in time. Seconds stretch, thoughts deepen, a profound stillness settles in our minds, as if the universe itself is taking a gentle breath before revealing its secrets. As the spacecraft crosses the common line, the invisible boundary between Earth and space, everything changes. The pressure of the atmosphere vanishes. The sky, once a gradient of blues, transforms into velvet darkness. There is no sunrise, no sunset, only a slow turning of the planet beneath us. Every rotation, every shadow stretching across continents becomes a reminder of how quickly life moves down below and how slowly time seems to drift up here. The hum of instruments replaces the sound of wind. Motion is now defined not by footsteps or wheels, but by orbit, by momentum, by gravitational pulls that extend far beyond anything we have felt on Earth. The journey ahead is not merely about distance. It is about shedding layers of everything human, the need for solid ground, the sense of up and down, the idea that time flows steadily forward. Here, time becomes elastic. It stretches with each mile covered, each landmark passed, from low Earth orbit to the edge of the planet's gravitational influence. We begin to understand that space is not empty, but filled with invisible forces. Gravity pulls, light bends, even time itself, like an ancient traveler, moves differently in these regions. As we complete our first orbit, Earth shines below us, serene and fragile. The cities that once seemed huge now appear as pinpricks of light scattered across the night side of the globe. The storms that once dominated our weather systems become slow spirals drifting across continents. From this vantage point, borders vanish, nations disappear. There is only one living world, turning patiently beneath the vastness of space. And with this realization comes the first hint of cosmic humility. Humanity has always been a spacefaring species. We have simply been waiting for the technology to remember. As our spacecraft aligns for transorbital injection, preparing to depart Earth's gravity well for the broader solar system, we feel the last tug of home. It is not just gravitational, it is emotional. The knowledge that every second moving forward will place greater distance between us and everything we have ever known. Yet there is also peace in this moment, the peace of purpose, the peace of curiosity. Beyond Earth lies a celestial path carved over billions of years by the motions of planets and stars. We are not creating this journey, we are following it. With the engines firing once more, we are no longer orbiting Earth, we are leaving it. In this moment, our calendars no longer follow days, but distances. Our clocks no longer mark hours, but trajectories. And as the last glimmer of Earth's atmosphere fades into the eternal night, we finally understand we have not lost our home. We carry it with us as a memory, a beacon, and a promise. That every mile traveled is a step toward understanding not just where we are in the universe, but who we are. Our voyage has begun. Beyond the atmosphere lies a realm without resistance, where motion continues endlessly, and gravity reshapes our path. Here, travel time is measured not in miles, but in velocity and slingshots, as planets themselves become stepping stones through time. In space, there are no highways like on Earth, no mapped-out roads or visible trails to follow. Instead, we are guided by forces older than time itself: gravity, momentum, and orbital geometry. These invisible currents form pathways that spacecraft must carefully navigate, using the subtle pull of planets to accelerate, redirect, and propel themselves forward. The true art of interplanetary travel is not brute force, but balance. We do not fight against gravity. We use it as an ally, allowing it to shape our journey, like wind fills the sails of a ship crossing a cosmic ocean. These gravity pathways, called transfer orbits, follow precise mathematical arcs that connect one planet to the next. They are not chosen for convenience, but for efficiency. A spacecraft cannot simply fire its engines in a straight line through space. It must fall toward its destination, riding the curves in space-time carved by planetary mass. Earth's gravity holds us in its embrace until we reach what scientists call escape velocity, about 11 kilometers per second. Once this threshold is crossed, we are no longer bound to Earth. We become wanderers on the solar wind, carried not by fuel, but the elegant physics of momentum. Here, in the vacuum, motion is persistence. Without air resistance, every small push carries on forever, unless interrupted by another force. A single burst of propulsion can send a spacecraft coasting for months or years. Every moment becomes a careful trade between time and energy. Go faster, and you must use more fuel. Conserve fuel, and you must accept that time, days, weeks, years, will stretch into the great expanse ahead. The planets themselves become celestial rest stops along our journey. Their massive gravitational fields act as cosmic slingshots, accelerating our spacecraft without using a single drop of fuel. This technique, known as a gravity assist, is both a scientific marvel and a poetic dance. As we approach a planet, we fall into its gravity. As we swing past, we steal just a fraction of the planet's orbital momentum, using it to slingshot outward at higher speed. In exchange, the planet loses an immeasurably small amount of its own motion. Tiny, but real, proving that even on an interplanetary scale, nothing in the universe is free. These invisible highways are not always open. They exist only in narrow windows of alignment, when two planets orbit into the correct positions relative to each other. Launch too early or too late, and the pathway closes. We would have to travel a longer, slower arc, wasting precious time. In space, timing is everything. Mission planners sometimes spend decades waiting for a perfect moment. A moment when Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn align like stepping stones stretched across cosmic waters. As we travel along these gravitational lanes, we are reminded that the universe is not empty. It is a web of forces, each pulling on the other, each shaping the future of everything in motion.